All right, so our next question is on the GOP Pillar for Law and Justice states that we believe every human life matters and the public's trust in the equal and sure application of law enforcement, civil order, and the rule of law is essential to a successful society. How do you balance the rights of citizens to petition the government for redress of grievances and provide a safe community? What needs to be done to restore the public's trust in law enforcement and to ensure that everybody feels that they have equal protection under the law? This one starts with Mark.
First and foremost, I think we need to make crime illegal again. We have way too much crime happening in Cook County, and those criminals get picked up by law enforcement and they get let out the next day. Our problem is in this country is not with our law enforcement professionals. It's with our prosecutors and judges that refuse to keep people and put them in jail. Our law enforcement does the work every day that needs to get done. Just the other day in Naperville, there was a shooting. A law enforcement police officer did a routine traffic stop and ended up having to shoot a suspect that was charging them. We need to start with messaging from the top, from Congress. We need to stop demonizing our police and law enforcement. That's what we can do that makes a difference. I just talked to police officers the other day that said they don't want acknowledgement. They just want a little bit of appreciation. So we need to start showing them the appreciation that they deserve.
I fully believe that we need equal justice under the law. We need equal justice under the law. Doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter your gender or race or anything else like that. What matters is that we get equal justice under the law. And so I firmly stand for that. I care very much about standing up against the defund the police movement. One of the most tragic things that has happened over the past 2 years has been the promulgation of the defund the police movement across America. You know, because of what happened, let's say, for instance, in Chicago in 2021, they cut their law enforcement budget by over $50 million. And subsequently, they then had their most deadly year in a quarter century. And the defund the police movement is uncompassionate. And so many people were made victims of crime because of the defund the police movement. So I would want to stand against that. I would want to make sure I stand against things like the Justice and Policing Act of 2021 that the Democrats have been trying to pass. I would care a lot about making sure we protect qualified immunity for officers because they have such a hard job. So all in all, we need to make sure crime is illegal, but again, stand up for law enforcement so we can protect people from being innocent victims. Thank you.
We really need to enforce our laws under the Constitution. We haven't done that. I went to the border 2 weeks ago because it really bothered me that in the 11th district, again, I take action candidate. I'm a candidate of the people. I wanted to see for myself what was going on. I talked to Border Control. I went to their headquarters. I sat down with Border Control and one of their special officers, and I asked, you know, what is happening there and why are these drugs infiltrating our 11th district, and how is this happening? And it's alarming, you know, what I heard and how much this is affecting everyone in every suburb now and every city around the United States. It has infiltrated, so it is here. I believe in backing the blue 100%. I think that as far as the second part of the question, which I don't think we've answered, how do you balance the rights of the citizens to petition the government for redress? We have to protect the rights through the First Amendment to petition free, and that goes back to Constitution, but we really have to do that without violence. So as long as we do that, then when you talk about an insurrection, look at those 357 other insurrections that we had that were very violent with fires and gunshots and everything else. We have to really make sure that we do not do that again, and we enforce that.